day 9 of the overfeeding metabolism experiment summation, summing up today. Definitely by day 9 can tell you that it's harder to overfeed. It's getting harder to overfeed and have an appetite for overfeeding. It's definitely different there. So yeah, that's something to notice. Yeah, the hyperpalatable food to eat is still not a problem, but overfeeding with it is getting harder and harder. That's just the wisdom of the body, knowing when enough's enough. So I kind of expected that. That's what, so, and it always makes you appreciate going back to your diet strategy, which is what I've counseled my own clients, coaching clients for decades when they go on vacation, to just fully indulge, because if you don't, then you feel like you missed out on something and you go home thinking like you deserve to cheat, or you cheat out of like resentment or whatever. Whereas if you fully indulge on a vacation or a holiday, then you've got no reason not to go back to your diet strategy, because you fully engage your desire to get away from it. So it's kind of a diet psychology thing, and I'm noticing that myself, even though it's only day 9 and still got another week to go. So we're getting through it. Coming to you right now from Taste of Belgium restaurant, where they have a vegan menu and they have a vegan Sunday brunch. So we're coming there tomorrow. I'll try to go live about that as well. And it's interesting, some of these vegan menus are confusing, because asking questions about it, for instance, they have a sausage patty, etc., but it's vegan. They have a chicken club sandwich, but it's vegan. So sometimes it gets a little confusing, because they're still using the names you would not associate with being plant-based, but they're trying to let you know what the flavor would be. For instance, there's a ham and cheese croissant tomorrow on the vegan brunch menu. So it's pretty interesting, and we'll be indulging in that as well. So recap today, and a couple large bowls of cranberry maple kind of cereal, a healthier one, but that's really, it's processed, it's still processed cereal. Had a couple large bowls of that in the old coffee pot with almond milk. Lunch was more vegan cold cuts with the vegan cheese and all the fixins on some pumpernickel bread. I'll be posting pictures of all this as well. And then just here at Taste of Belgium, just had plant-based burger with actually on vegan bread, which is really good, and some sauteed mushroom and spinach, and some French fries. So I'm gonna go back to the room now and indulge in some, I don't even know what you call them, some syrupy waffle kind of Danish kind of dessert thing. They, they're about this thin and they're round, but they weigh about 5 pounds each. So that'll be dessert, that'll narcotize the brain and put us to sleep. And then we're looking forward to trying this vegan brunch menu tomorrow, which we've taken a screenshot of, and I will post that as well for you guys to look at, especially down in the bottom right corner where it says yes. Everything on here is a vegan menu, which is pretty interesting. When you'll see why when you look at it for all the selections. So that's day 9 in summation. Definitely getting harder to overfeed. Like I said, eating hyperpalatable food is easy enough, but it's getting harder to overfeed with it. So I can eat enough to satiate my hunger, and then eating more that I think I need to and should, that's getting harder to do. And that's just the body adopting, and that's just the brilliance of metabolism and all the rest of it when you follow a normal diet strategy. So hopefully that makes sense. Loving your questions and comments, because it's really getting me to think about where you guys are coming from and what I need to address all the time. So that's really good as well. We also tried to shoot a hotel room workout earlier, but there was a lot of shadows. Don't know if we'll be able to use that or not. But yeah, did a resistance band workout for all you guys in the hotel room, which was pretty cool. We'll see how we can edit that down the road. Any questions or comments?
No, but Alice says hi, Coach. Alice is tuned in.
Alice is a regular tune-in. So, yeah. So that's day 9, folks. It doesn't look like a lot of food, but it still is, and there's still dessert to come. And then again, there's an actual vegan brunch here, so pretty cool. Obviously, like I said, the plant-based options are everywhere, so there's really no excuse. And if I wanted to come here and diet, like whole food plant-based and not do the overfeed experiment, that wouldn't be a problem either. So very, very easy and simple to follow.
Yeah, I've got a question.
What's that?
I got a question, Alison. Okay, getting back to your diet strategy, is it hard to read biofeedback signals about tolerable hunger when going back to the diet?
It's not, no, when you go back to a diet, it's not, some people find it hard to go back to a diet because they still have a taste for hyperpalatable food, but that's just a matter of discipline. For most of me and most of the clients I've walked through, it's like hitting a light switch. It's either on or it's off. It's never in between. If you're not using a dimmer switch, ooh, like I would really still like to indulge. When you fully indulge and embrace indulgence, you get tired of it over the course of time. The people that eat that way, the standard North American diet, and eat that way all the time, that's why they suffer a lot of the modern diseases so easily. Diabetes, heart disease, etc., various cancers. So it's nice to indulge, but it's also nice to get back to your regimen. And that's how it should be, yin and yang, a time for every purpose, a time for every season. And one of those is if you're vacating, vacate your diet as well, which I explained in previous episodes. So still not feeling any like excessive water retention or bloating. Definitely some weight gain, but I'm interested to see what that'll be in another week. I'm not sure what you guys are seeing on your end, but feeling pretty good. So keep the comments and questions coming. There's still a lot of questions about, just stand up,
Hang on guys, coming up.
Still a lot of questions about digestion and digestive issues, and I haven't experienced anything like that. So nothing along those lines at all. I think that comes from having trained my metabolism for so long and being where I'm at after all that time. And of course, I can't refeed at the level I used to, but I'm not in the calorie deficits I used to be in either, because it just doesn't interest me to do that anymore. But it's still a valuable, viable experiment in the metabolic compensation system. So I look forward to putting my before weight and my after weight in the printout. And I'll do a sum up webinar sometime after this is all over. But we still got another week to go. So we just got here a week ago today. We got another week to go, and then a couple travel days. So the experiment continues, but I'm not feeling any worse for wear. But keep your questions and comments coming, because it's very helpful. So again, I'm not feeling any different than I always feel, but I'm sure I would have weight. There's no way not to when you're eating the way we're eating. So, but I want to see how fast it comes off. Any questions or comments?
No.
All right, folks, that's it on this Saturday night. Coming to you from Aruba, a Taste of Belgium restaurant. So that's day 9, and we will see you in day 10. So look for me to post pictures of day 9 tomorrow morning, and then we'll come to you live on another time for day 10, maybe even here for the Sunday brunch. But stay tuned and keep the questions and comments coming, because they really help. So let me know where you guys are coming from and where you're coming at and what you need to know. And back to you again, Alice. Biofeedback and reading biofeedback, that's something that has to be learned and taught as well. That's why another reason it's great to have a coach, because people tend to filter actual biofeedback. They filter it through their belief system and their wants and their needs, rather than actual biofeedback. And a good coach can help you filter that out. So you're reading actual biofeedback and not biofeedback that you've filtered psychologically. Yes.
Yeah, no, that was Alison. You got Alice and Alison both on.
Oh, sorry, Alice and Alison. Sorry about that, guys.
Yeah.
So that's it. In Aruba, I'm still not, no one's calling me orca. No one's wondered if I'm a beach whale. No one's tried to stick a harpoon in me yet. So all is going well. And
Alice is just come back. She said, I asked because I suffer from obesity and I'm trying to better understand why.
Well, no, that's a loaded one, Alice, but I would guess 100%, obviously, it's your diet, but what I mean by that, obviously it's your diet, but what I mean by that is biochemical and hormonal interactions that have produced a certain metabolic profile over time. I will leave you with this though, Alice. No one ever got obese from eating too many apples. So we've got to look at the whole food plant-based diet, and one of the challenges I have coming up for the people that are selected is another different kind of metabolism experiment over 21 days that I think is going to blow people's minds if we can get 5 men and 5 women to volunteer who can actually stick to something simple, but for 21 days it'll prove a lot to people about the value of whole food plant-based diet, about weight control, and about metabolism and how to optimize it and how to train it. So what's happened for you, Alice, is that everything you eat is programming your body just like you program a computer. All right, we have certain hardware we're born with, but how we eat is the software that our body responds to and starts to understand as programming. So to counter that, you need different programming, which means different foods, different regimens, and that kind of thing as well. Hopefully that makes sense. Obviously, you can't just do that, throw an encyclopedia of that stuff at someone and expect them to understand and embrace it all. That's what one-on-one coaching's for, to help people get through that maze and come out the other end new, better, improved, and not suffering. No one should suffer. Food should be fun, and it should also be functional, and we need to eat the foods that our body loves. That came from Eagle, I think, on my Abel files, so that was a great quote as well. But yeah, that's a whole real encyclopedia of stuff you just opened up there, Alice. And I've talked about it in my books, Understanding Metabolism, Permanent Weight Loss, and others. But if that's you and you've suffered, the first thing you got to learn is you don't overcome that by yourself. If you think you're going to find the right diet to follow, that's not going to happen. You're going to need help in order to walk you through a new mindset and a new way of looking at food permanently. So quality of mindset determines quality of behavior. If you don't change this, you're not going to change this permanently. And that's another element in the triangle of awareness, the mental, the emotional, and the behavioral elements of weight control. So hopefully that makes sense. It's getting awfully noisy out here with unruly people at night. So we're going to sign off. We'll see you in day 10. And hopefully a lot of that made sense. Keep your questions or comments coming. Boom! We'll see you tomorrow.